Giardiniera loosely translates to from the garden, and it's something Italians have been doing for a really long time, taking all of the summer vegetables at the end of the harvest and preserving them so they don't go to waste. My version is an overnight giardiniera relish, which is more of a quick pickle. It comes together a hell of a lot faster, and because everything's chopped in smaller pieces, you're gonna get a taste of everything in one bite. The first thing we need to do is prepare our vegetables. I'm gonna get my mason jar right on standby, and all of these vegetables are going to be chopped into a 1/4 inch dice. First up are our carrots. And it doesn't have to be perfect. As you chop each vegetable, transfer it right into a mason jar. Up next is a yellow onion. I like using yellow onions. Find they're a little bit sweeter, but you can use a white as well. I would skip the red onion here just because of aesthetics. We already have a red bell pepper. Perfect. Okay. Next up, a bell pepper. Just work your knife alongside the exterior of the pepper to remove the ribs, and the core will come out with it. Same thing, 1/4 inch dice. Add this layer right on top of our onions. Up next is celery. You may be tempted to cheat here. I know it's a lot of chopping, but don't use anything like a food processor or anything else like that. You're not going to be able to control the size, and it's just going to be a mishmash of just pureed, shredded vegetables. Okay. Just a few things left. Up next, we're going to add a little bit of heat. I'm using a serrano, but you can use a jalapeno or any hot chili pepper. One thing that you need to do, at least if you're me, is put on a glove when you do this, because no matter how well you wash your hands after you handle something like this, if you put your hands in your mouth or in your eyes, you're going to remember that you touched a pepper earlier that day. I'm going to make sure I get all the seeds out of here because I want to be able to enjoy my hot dogs later. That looks great. Put that right on top. Next up, some garlic. Oh, this was an easy one, guys. 2 cloves. Nice and fine. Okay, let's get that in there. And last but not least, some pitted Spanish olives. Just like everything else, about a 1/2 cup worth. Okay, that'll do it. Let's get those right on top. Up next, we're going to make our pickling liquid. In this saucepan, I have 2/3 of a cup of just tap water, and now I'm going to add an equal amount of distilled white vinegar. First thing we're actually going to add is some sugar, which will help with the preservation and also give it some sweetness. 2 tablespoons of that. Then because this is going on a hot dog, I'm going to add some mustard seeds just to give it that mustardy essence. I feel like I'm making like a witch's brew over here. Some dried oregano. Never forget to season. 1½ teaspoons of salt. And finally, for a little bit more heat, just for me, about a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, but add as much as you'd like. Give it a stir. We want the salt, the sugar to completely dissolve. So we have a nice simmer. Our liquid is clear, which means everything has dissolved nicely. And all that's left to do, pour this over, and then just give it some time. Wow, I hate to say that this recipe is perfect, but proof is in the pudding. That relish is going to be amazing on my provolone wrapped hot dogs. There's more than just a hot dog with mustard on top. We have to do better, people. That's why I figured, why not wrap it in provolone cheese? Cheese, delicious. Hot dog, delicious. What can go wrong, right? But first, it's all about the bun. I love a brioche split top bun. Delicious. I love how nice and soft and flavorful these buns are. They're loaded with butter, but not enough butter. So we'll just add a little bit more. Just an even smear on the sides, which is going to help toast these up beautifully. Make sure you get both sides. I think I'll make a couple. Okay, let's get this on our preheated griddle. Just looking for some beautiful golden brown markings. Give them a flip. You can smell that butter. It smells so good. Don't these look gorgeous? Don't worry, I will leave them right here for you to look at. Let's throw a couple of our hot dogs. Any kind you like. I like an all beef hot dog. And just one that fits your bun properly, unless you don't care about that. So just begin to rotate them. If you don't have a grill pan and you're in a bind, you can even boil your hot dogs. These are nearly done. Let's get ready for the fun part, wrapping them in provolone cheese. You want it on the thin side so that when you roll it, it doesn't break. And all you're going to do is take your freshly grilled hot dog, place it towards one end of the cheese, and just roll it up. It will melt slightly from the heat of the hot dog, but not completely, so it'll still have its own texture. And right into our prepared bun. Ooh, that has some beautiful marks on it, just the way I like it. Wrap it up. What we need now is our delicious Giardiniera relish. Give it a nice stir. Okay, you can see our cheese is glistening from the heat of the hot dog. Now to top it with some of our relish. This is one of those instances where less is not more. Yum. Is this not the prettiest hot dog you've ever seen?
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.